Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I'm Alex, the founder and managing director of Climbing Trees. Thank you ever so much for joining us today. We've got a great lineup of marketeers, both agency and in-house, who'll be giving you a strong overview of purpose-driven marketing. We hope by the end of the session, you'll have a really clear understanding of what that is, why it's important, and the role that we in the marketing industry have to play. Before we start, I'd like to introduce our guests. We've got Mel from Greenpeace. We've got Fleury from Studio Republic and Gavin from Kyan. So, for me, the purpose that we focus on at Climbing Trees is climate change. The scale of the climate crisis is indisputable. You only have to turn on the news or flick through Facebook to be aware of some of the challenges we are facing. The really scary thing for me is, even if we became carbon neutral overnight, it would still take a generation for the positive effects for that change to be seen. So that's why Climbing Trees has a particular focus on green initiatives. We're on a journey to do everything that we can in our power to embed sustainable practices into the business. As part of our journey, we've made a decision to become B Corp certified. Certified B Corps are a relatively new kind of business, balancing profit with purpose and the planet. They want to build an inclusive and sustainable economy that works for everyone. This then sort of filters through to the kind of clients that we want to work with and the kind of conversations we hope to have with our clients. Some of our clients are from charities or from a sustainable and ethical background, but many are not. And as we have been on a journey to improve our practices, and we've still got a lot of work to do, so we want to work with clients and partners who share our ambition to change and do good, and to make a conscious decision to put purpose above solely making profit. I'm a strong believer that sustainable change lies in all our hands. We're not beholden to government and big business. The greatest opportunity to solve some of society's problems lies in business's hands. So my thinking is, if a small digital agency in a quaint Essex village can make an impact, then surely we all can. But purpose covers a lot more than just climate change. When we talk about purpose and building purpose-driven brands, we're talking about the full impact a company can have. From companies like Tony's Chocolonely, who are trying to tackle slave labour in the cocoa industry, to True Colours, the American brewery who are giving gang members a route from crime into work and mainstream society. And then obviously Patagonia, who are supporting grassroots groups tackling environmental problems. So, why should marketeers be at the forefront of change? To me, the answer is twofold. Firstly, marketing and communications are very often the only connection with the outside world that customers and clients have with our businesses. Without marketing, they wouldn't know about a company's initiatives. Consumers are more enlightened than ever before. They're increasingly demanding ethical, purpose-driven businesses. So it's our responsibility to tell these stories in a really authentic way with no nonsense. And secondly, in the age of social media, marketing professionals have more access to customer feedback than ever before. We're on the front lines of understanding really what makes them tick. It means marketeers now have more intelligence to feed into product and service development. We should therefore be making an impact on the operations of our businesses by putting the customer's voice front and centre. So aside from it being the morally right thing to do and to be involved with, as an industry, marketeers really must lead the way in educating, creating and driving ethical and sustainable change. It's not without its challenges though, because the marketing industry has had a bad rap for years of sometimes thin communications veneer covering very poor business practices. So there is understandably a trust issue that we need to contend with as marketeers. This means that the need for authenticity and transparency is greater than ever before. Ensuring your marketing output ladders back to your organisation and or clients' mission, vision and values is incredibly important. We must not work in silos, as glossy comms campaigns will quickly be torn apart by today's savvy consumers. It's therefore really important for in-house marketeers and their agencies to be working together on building purpose-driven brands. And so that's why we're here today, together as a group of agency leaders and purpose-driven marketeers. With this in mind, we wanted to get a better understanding of what people think about the need for sustainable communications and building purpose-driven brands. So we surveyed 250 senior agency leaders and in-house marketeers and can launch some of the findings of our research today. But before I reveal our findings, we wanted to take a pulse check of everyone that's joined us today so we can compare you against the wider marketing community. And we've got two questions we'd like to ask you. Firstly, what is the biggest blocker to making a sustainable impact? And then secondly, what are the most important ways to drive the sustainability agenda? So, whilst you're answering those, I'll take you through some more of our research findings. So, clients are driving change. From the data that we've got, we can see that clients are driving the sustainable marketing agenda with their agencies. 46% of agency leaders said over 3/4 of their new business opportunities in the last year have requested ethical, social, or sustainable impact policies. Of our in-house marketeers, 61% said sustainability was important to their organisation. And this was further highlighted with 88% of brand marketeers saying they refer to their sustainable credentials, vision or goals in their external marketing. So 47% of agency leaders said they felt that their agencies and clients' sustainable agendas were aligned, and 48% said they're only somewhat aligned. Meanwhile, 57% of clients said that it was important that they were aligned with their agencies on sustainability agendas. So there is clearly some work still to do. In terms of creating a sustainability agenda, a sustainability strategy, both agencies and clients agreed that the most important way they can drive the sustainability agenda is to create a sustainability strategy. This suggests that there is a massive opportunity in the marketing industry. However, it does beg the question, how can strategy be brought to life and have a meaningful impact in the world? And we can see from your answers that the number one thing that you guys think, everyone in the room today, was to create a sustainability strategy. So it's obvious that clients want more from their agencies. There's still a lot of work to be done to convince agencies to invest in accreditations like B Corp. Only 4% versus 12% of clients currently see this as an important way to drive the sustainability agenda. However, it's something that agencies really need to consider, with 28% of clients suggesting they only work with agencies that have accreditations to prove their sustainable and ethical practices. We can see that in-house marketeers putting a lot of reliance on agencies when it comes to driving sustainability. 35% only work with agencies with strong sustainability credentials, and 30% build sustainability into their agency briefs. And so again, there is a massive upside, a really great opportunity. However, only 4% consider sustainability at every touch point of their marketing, versus 11% that don't even consider it at all. This, to me, is the clearest indication of the size of the opportunity that we have to button down our processes and think about impact at every stage. So, what are the blockers to making sustainable impact? The results are in from a live poll, and I can see that budget constraints from people in the room were the biggest blocker to making a sustainable impact. And this is really interesting because, as we can see here from our research for both agencies and in-house, budget constraints were number one and number two reasons for blockers for both agencies and in-house. So getting top-level buy-in to take action seems to be the main route to getting more action. So, the most important ways to drive the sustainability agenda. These are some very top-line stats from our research, and we'll be releasing more in-depth information over the coming weeks. However, we've got some top-line recommendations which we really hope that you'll find useful. Agencies need to be educated on the merits of B Corp and other accreditations, as clients consider these really important factors when procuring marketing services. Clients need to not be overly reliant on agencies to drive their sustainability agenda. Instead, they need to consider their own goals and how an agency can help them achieve them. With this comes the need for internal marketing departments to be closer to their business goal setting so that they can better reflect the sustainable mission, vision, and values of their business. Both agencies and clients need to spend time creating sustainable strategies, but it'll be important to consider how these will be implemented to have long-term impact. Marketeers need to be more aware of the digital carbon footprint and make strides to try and mitigate and reduce these. And then finally, agency and company leaders need to free up budget and shift the mindset to make an impact when it comes to driving purpose-led approach to marketing. However, marketeers have a role to educate their leaders and apportion available marketing budget to allow for purpose-led initiatives. So we could talk about this research all day, but we really don't have time for that. And so now it's my